Alright, so we're gonna go over my J Black loadout. The first one, it is with the Striker 45, 50 GS, Perk Scavenger, Ghost Tracker, Frag Grenade because, you know, Stamtex, you throw it. It's a sticky grenade, but Frag Grenade, you could hold it for a certain amount of time, throw it, they try to pick it up, it blows in their face. Stun Grenade, I preferably prefer Stun Grenade because it slows their movement down rather than taking a chance that they get flashed, you know, by Flash Grenade. Yeah, so let's go over the Striker 45 attachments. I do use the stainless steel, the 400mm stainless steel. I do use that because of the overall range. This is a mid to long range this is a mid to long range loadout. I use the optics mini reflex scope. I do use the F-Tac precision fix stock with that as well because you do need that extra control when it comes to the recoil, and it gives you that little bit of accuracy. The F-Tac series polymer, you will actually need that for the extra control and accuracy again for this. And the reason why I go with the commando foregrip rather than the tactical foregrip is because it gives you that accuracy when shooting full auto. So I do prefer, you know, a little bit more accuracy versus via control when it comes to the recoil, because you want those shots landing where you're shooting. You want those shots to land. I do not use high capacity magazine. You can still get up to, like, you know, anywhere from 2 to 3 kills close to mid-range, but those long-range kills, you're not gonna get those 3 kills going long range unless you're getting like headshots the whole way through. So yeah, I don't use extended magazines with this because it is pretty fast at reloading. You just got to take cover partially. This is a very good flanking gun. I use this to flank or hold down positions. This is a very easy loadout to use. You just got to get used to that reloading behind cover because you can get pretty messed over if you're caught reloading with this. The 50 GS, I do run muzzle brake with that because you do get that huge leap in accuracy, and you get that little bit of control. The lightweight trigger is because you want to send more rounds down sight as quickly as you can, because the way the recoil with the 50 cal is when it comes to handguns is the recoil jumps on you, like it jumps really fast. So that's why I do use the grip tape, you know. I do use the one that gives me that extra control, and I use the mini reflex because I do like to see a little bit more immediately when I am firing down sight. It does help with seeing down sights with this recoil of the 50, and I do run the 13 round mags because I do not like, for some reason I'm just very picky when it comes to handguns. I don't like being caught reloading with a pistol. It's just not a good scenario. Yeah, and I run scavenger to get ammo. If I were running max ammo with one of the attachments, I would go cold-blooded, but that's not how this black loadout is. I do use Ghost to prevent be seen by UAVs, radar drones, and heartbeat sensors. And Tracker, so I can see enemies close to me and see where enemies have been and where they're going. And this is going to help you out with flanking enemies a lot. So that's kind of like the perk 3 Tracker is actually key to this loadout. This loadout is actually really good on maps that are small, like Shipment or something, to like medium-sized maps. But those large maps like Ania Palace or anything like that, Cosnia Raid, or those kind of maps, this is a perfect loadout for like Piccadilly or something like that. That is kind of like a mid to big map, kinda. This loadout is pretty OP. Your shots land where you want them to go, and this is a good flanking loadout, and it's good for holding down positions. The frag grenade, I do prefer frag grenades because you can hold them to a certain extent and throw them, and they explode when you want them to, versus a Stemtex, when you throw it, it's timed, and you rarely, unless you're a really good thrower with these, it rarely lands where you want them to go, and it doesn't really land on the opposing team. You could run throwing knives. I don't really run throwing knives. I haven't run any kind of knives since like Black Ops 2, so I'm not really sure if Scavenger really gives you back the knives if you run over bodies or guns, so I'm not sure about that. And I run Stun Grenade because I do prefer slowing down my enemies, giving me the upper hand. If there's like 2 or 3 of them around the corner, throw them over the wall or throw them through the door or window. It's just much better for a flanking loadout than it actually is an aggressive loadout with a flashbang. So yeah, that's about it for my J Black loadout. I do run camouflage. I am playing offline because I don't like cheaters, and I just prefer to be playing offline for practice. Usually this game has this game does have legit players. But I don't really like taking my chances and then just ruining the whole experience of playing online. Team deathmatch usually has legit players through the whole time you're gonna game through, yeah, I really don't like playing online too much anymore. It doesn't bother me when I come across cheaters. It's just like if it's a game you're doing good and someone just decides to cheat out of the blue and then kind of ruin it. I forgot which camo I was using. Maybe it was it Topo? I am not sure which camo I was using. Honestly, I don't think it's that important, but I guess I'll go with Night Frost for now. Charms, I usually, for my black, I use the re-up, because it's funny because you're using Scavenger. I think it's hilarious that there's a charm called re-up. But yeah, that is my overall view of my J Black loadout. It lands, your shots land, you got perfect recoil control. It's good for mid to long range battles, but anything over long range or very long or super long range, this is not the loadout to use. And if you do, you are going to want to change the sights for the Striker 45, and I don't think you should use the 50 GS if you're using any pistol. This is not the pistol to use for anything over long range. It really isn't. Maybe a 9mm would do the trick for something beyond long range. Really would not recommend using the 50 GS at long range unless you're like in a hardcore team deathmatch game going. It would be a one-shot, one-kill. I mean, it would be worth it, but it's really not meant for any other game mode. If it's like hardcore team deathmatch or hardcore dom, search and destroy, maybe, but in regular matches it's not worth using the 50 GS. So yeah, I would definitely recommend a 9mm for that. Even though it's not going to do as much damage, you can still pick off quite a bit of their health with a 9. Yeah, thank you, and see you next time.